Hello friend, today I am going to start again my YouTube channel after a year gap, and the today topic is syrup. In the syrup, we are making the syrup by using sugar, 85% weight by volume. This 85% weight by volume means 85 gram of sugar in 100 ml of water, and this formula is given by the United States Pharmacopoeia. So now come to the topic. So the syrup, this is a nearly saturated solution of sucrose, that is table sugar, in purified water with a concentration of approximately 85% by volume. It serves as a sweet base for various liquid medications. So generally we are using syrup as a vehicle or as a solvent for the drug. So now come, if syrup are diluted with water, it is necessary to include preservative. Generally what happens, if we are taking 85% weight volume, the sucrose, this concentration is a hypertonic concentration. In this concentration, there is no need to add any preservative, because if any microbes or bacteria will come in the formulation, so they will plasmolized. So if we are using the 85 weight volume, then no need to add any preservative. But if we are using the less concentration of sucrose, less than 85%, or you can say in another word that we have to use a dilute syrup. In that case, we have to add some preservative. So if syrups are diluted with water, it's necessary to include preservatives. It means we have to add preservative. The benzoate and parabens, which are hydroxybenzoic acids along with sorbic acid, exhibit highest effective in an acidic solution. So generally we are using the sodium benzoate or parabens for this. A mixture of paraben is commonly used for their potentiation effect. Generally, we are using methyl paraben and propyl paraben or methyl and butyl paraben together for more effective. The quantity of preservative that needs to be added to the syrup containing sucrose less than 85% weight volume is determined by calculating free water available in the syrup. So if you have a problem of dilute syrup, in that case you have to calculate the amount of preservative to be added in the formulation. So how to calculate? For this you have to calculate the free water. Now what is free water? Come. This is the list of preservatives which are using recommended by the US FDA. Benzoic acid, sodium benzoate, butyl paraben, and their concentration for benzoic acid 0.1 to 0.2% means 0.1 gram to 0.2 gram in 100 ml. And sodium benzoate, same 0.1 to 0.2%. If you talk about sorbic acid, it's 0.1%. Alcohol 99%. You can use 15 to 20%, or you can take average 18%. Glycerin, sometimes we are using as a preservative, that is 45% or 50%. Now calculate the preservative amount required for 65% sucrose syrup. Now I have taken a small problem that I am going to make a 65% dilute syrup. In that case, how much amount of sugar how much amount of sugar we have to take? We have to calculate that 85% by 100 ml. It is the ideal concentration given by USP, 85% volume. Now 65 gram by XML means 65 gram of sugar is is sufficient, or same concentration at 85%, the same is sufficient to preserve the water. So the XML 65 into 100 by divided by 85, 76.5 ml of the water. This much amount of water, if you take and add 65 gram, it is same concentration as 85% volume. So this 65 gram will preserve the 76.5 ml of the water. Now we have remaining water because we are making 100 ml. So 100 ml minus 76.5 ml, the free water. This is the free water. 23.5 ml is the free water. For this free water, we have to add some preservative. Now, how much amount of preservative we have to take? In this problem, we are taking benzoic acid 0.1%. It means we have to take 0.1 gram of benzoic acid in 100 ml. So 0.1 gram divided by 100 ml and x gram of benzoic acid for 23.5 ml, because this is a free water. For this amount of water, we need the preservative. So by cross multiplication, we can get the 0.0235 gram of benzoic acid. It means for this syrup, we have to take 0.235 gram of benzoic acid to preserve the syrup. Now come to the second problem. Calculate the amount of alcohol to be needed to preserve the solution. So in this case, I have given the multiple component, the ingredient, drug, solids other than drug, glycerine, sucrose, ethanol, and purified water. In this case, we have taken drug 4 ml volume occupied. It means, what do you mean by 4 ml volume occupied? It means the drug is giving osmotic effect up to 4 ml. Now, this is solid 2 ml volume occupied. It means this amount of drug 2 ml is sufficient for 2 ml for making osmotic or hypertonic solution. Now glycerin 15 ml, we are taking the 15 ml of glycerin in this formulation, and as we know, the glycerin are also used as preservative. Now sucrose 25 gram, this is the sugar. Ethanol 95%. The problem is how much amount of ethanol we have to add to get the preservative effect, to preserve this formulation. Purified water 100 ml, means the total quantity is 100 ml. Now let's see the solution. Amount of water volume preserved by adding 25 grams of sugar. It means we have to calculate how much amount of water is preserved by 25 gram of sugar. Now, as we know, 85 gram of sugar in 100 ml is 85%, and this is the USP syrup concentration. Now, 25 gram in how much ml of water give the same concentration. So 25 into 100 divided by 85, 29.4 ml. It means if you are taking 25 gram of sucrose, it will preserve only this much amount of water, that is 29.4 ml of water. But we have water 100 ml. So now see, amount of remaining water to be preserved after adding sucrose. So 100 minus 29.4, 70.6 ml we have to preserve. Now in this formula, in this question, we have drug, we have other component, we have glycerin. Now come, since the amount of glycerin is 15 ml, and we know the glycerin always giving the osmotic effect, that is double time, that is 15 into 2, means if we take the 15 ml, it will preserve 30 ml. So 15 into 2, 30 ml, means glycerin will preserve the 30 ml of formulation. So this is again 70.6 minus 30 ml of glycerin, the preservative effect of glycerin we have to minus. So after adding glycerin, the remaining water to preserve 70.6 minus 30 means 40.6 ml is again remaining, that we have to preserve after adding glycerin. Now volume occupied by other component means the drug as given in the formula, and other solid is 4 plus 2, that is 6 ml, means drug and other component, they will preserve only 6 ml of water. So again we have to do 40.6 minus 6, that is 34.6 ml. So after adding glycerin, after adding drug and other component and sucrose, still we have free water, that is 34.6 ml. So now for this much amount of water, we have to add alcohol, right? So now amount of alcohol, that is we are using generally 15 to 20%. Here we have taken 18%, that is average. So now 18 ml of alcohol preserve 100 ml of water, and that's what. So we have to calculate how much amount of alcohol is needed to preserve 34.6 ml of water. So by cross multiplication we get 6.23 ml. But in the question we have taken not 99% of alcohol, they have given 95%. So we have to change the amount of alcohol for 99% to 95%. So now the simple formula: amount of alcohol 95% needed to preserve the formula for formulation. C1 V1 is equal to C2 V2, so 0.99%, and this is 6.23, the volume required for 99%. So how much volume required for 95%? So after this calculation we get 6.49 ml of alcohol. It means if you are taking 25 gram of sucrose, glycerine and drug and other component, in this calculation we need 6.49 ml of 95% alcohol, right, to preserve the formulation. Thanks for watching. We will come with another video with more information. Thank you.